So, does anyone remember this noise? I feel as though this is where we're going to split the audience because I'm not sure if Americans actually had MSN. I'm actually unsure, so you're going to have to let me know. So that was the noise of MSN Messenger. Still to this day do not know what MSN stands for. Is it actually Messenger, like shortened to MSN? Yo, did I just make a discovery? Is that what it's called? So if you don't know what MSN actually is, it was basically an online messenger that you download. So it's kind of like Skype before Skype was a thing. And pretty much this was like everyone who lived in the UK, especially's childhood. So when we were younger, so say, I don't know, from the ages of about 12 to about, okay, 16, I think. No, not 16. About 15, 12 to 15, that's when it was at its prime. So MSN was made by Microsoft, so it was the people who made Hotmail, I believe. And yeah, essentially what it was is basically a chat thing, so you can chat to friends on it. And it wasn't creepy, it's not like loads of random people could add you and start, like, asking for nudes and stuff, because that just wasn't a thing back then. No one used to ask for nudes. It just wasn't a thing, okay? We lived in better time. And basically, I'm just going to go through some of the things that just remind me of MSN. So once again, if you haven't actually used it before, then you're probably not going to get this, but hopefully you can still get a laugh out about how sad we used to be. Okay, so the first thing is, right, everyone used to write their name in these weird, like, characters. So I'll put an example on screen now of what, like, a typical person's name used to look like. I don't know what was going on, like, everyone just had these weird, like, symbols in their name, I don't know why. Apparently it just made you look cooler, but it's just, when you think back about it, it's just like, what the fuck were we doing? Second to that, you used to have, like, a name, and then you'd have, like, a bio, which was, like, 1 line long, which you could put anything about you. And every single fucking girl just tend to put, like, lyrics of, like, songs, because apparently when they were, like, 14, they used to get their heart broken quite a lot. So they'd have, like, Jason Derulo or, like, Tiny Temper lyrics or some bullshit like that. Another thing is, when you signed in, your name would come up on the side, kind of like Skype, except there was no, like, getting rid of it, like, you just had to see it. So if you signed in, everyone would see that you've just signed in. When you used to really like someone, this is so fucking cringe. When you used to really like someone, you would sign out and then sign back in again, just so it would show that you were online so they would speak to you. Another thing that we used to do is the fact that emojis just weren't a thing, okay? Like, iPhones were just at their, like, starting form. Like, the iPhone 3 came out, like, the iPod Touch. Like, there was no such thing as an emoji, and there was no one even thinking about making things with emojis. But you used to have emoticons on MSN, and you literally would have conversations through them. And basically how it would work is that you would bind it to a key. So say you pressed A, it would have an emoticon. So eventually, like, you could have, like, if you pressed S, people would have, like, a letter S, but it was all, like, blinged up, and it was huge and stuff. So, like, when you typed a sentence, it'd be like, hello, and then, like, you have all these fucking moving letters everywhere and shit, but the shit was so annoying to try and read just a regular sentence. In people's bios, so obviously you had their name and then a little bio about them, this was... This is so crazy. What people used to do, and when I say people, I mean me. I used to put people in my name that I used to like. This hurts so much to talk about. I used to put people that I liked in my bio and then in my profile picture. You used to have these things where it was like a neon wall and then you could have like words in them, and I used to put like people's names in them and then put it in my bio, and I'd be like, I'd go to school the next day and be like, yo, did you see that I put you in my bio? This is the cringiest thing. I don't know if anyone else used to do this, but I fucking used to. You'd you'd copy and paste something to someone that you really liked, wait for them to reply, and be like, oops, sorry, wrong conversation. But then you'd be there anyway, you could get to talk to them, be like, so how are you doing? Oh god, this is the worst. Right, so do you remember Windows Media Player, okay? You could bind that so that when you listen to songs, it would come up on your names. It'd be like J. Crotty and fucking like algebraic letters and shit, and then underneath it, it'd be like listening to Replay by Ayers. And like, it was just basically like the 2009, 2010 way to show that you're just listening to straight fire. So I was a really cringe kid, okay? I had no confidence, etc, etc. And if I was talking to a girl and she said, oh, do you want to go on webcam? I'd say that it didn't work, but make sure that she would as well. So like, she'd go on webcam and be like, hello. And I don't mean webcam as in like she's going to start flashing me. I mean, we were like 13, okay? But what I would do is say like, okay, so say that my phone was my webcam, I'd turn it on and put my finger over and be like, I told you it didn't work, and then switch it off. I'm supposed that she'd be on webcam, but I wouldn't. I am such a cringy bastard, oh my god. These are the type of things that, you know, when you talk to your grandparents and they're like, back in my day, da 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 da. I'm gonna be like, yo, back in my day, it was about Pixo, Bebo, and fucking MSN.